Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you my favorite scene and stuff like that, okay? So I always like to have a very clean workspace, and so here's how I start. Firstly, I like to start off with just a pool, like, the infinite background, and this one is just, it's very good if you're going to do full around shots with the camera and whatnot. The camera is yellow, so are lights and everything else. Selecting stuff is blue. The headers and the UI is blue. And if you keyframe something, let's say we want to animate this, keyframes will be blue when selected and white when not selected. I think that's a very clean look and I really like it. So when we are, and then we also have custom collection colors and all of that. GeoNodes, I have a workspace here for GeoNodes, and so let's say I want to add a GeoNode to the cube, and I want instance on points, and we want this light pool cube, and then we drag the light pool. It just makes for very easy things like that. And so you're going to want to scale this way down, like 0.01, and that will instance those. And we just 0.005, and then we can instance, and it just makes for a very easy, like if I accidentally click this instead, drag it like you saw earlier, I can easily get back to it. Now, we also have our modifier stack, so if we want to add like a bevel or something, it's really easy to do. Shading, I have just shading workspace. Now in shading, if you have like a noise texture and let's say a color ramp, then the noodles, as they're called, I believe, or at least that's how it's called in the preferences, is straight, so there's no waviness. These are blue. If you select one, it turns blue, otherwise it's white. The titles are blue, I mean. Changing something, the background turns blue, so if we're gonna change this, then we can go like that, and we can do something, mix those, and just get some really good textures. And yeah, so that is pretty much how I do that. And it's just a very, very good, I really like this workspace. Animation, if I'm going to animate something, I have a big workspace to do that. Now another thing I will mention is my render settings and all that, which I'll have a link down to the video explaining why those are my favorite render settings and why I think they're the best, at least for 3.6. I'll link that down in the video, but these are all already set up, and so they're already looking good. Like I said, camera's yellow, so are empties and lights, so even when they're not selected, selections are blue, lights, cameras, empties are not. This comes with some guides just already on it. The camera, I've just turned those on through the viewport, displaying composition guides. Passer out, I've turned that up a little bit past 0.5. I thought that was just a little low, but if you select something, then it will be highlighted blue as well. For animation, if I'm going to animate something, then I know it's not animated, it's not animated. This one doesn't have any animation at all. This one has animation. This is an animated frame. And if I then animate only on the Z-axis, you can see which one is animated, like that. I think that's a very nice, good thing. Okay, now animation P2, this is the graph editor. So again, do some crazy stuff. Selections are green. You can see there. It's not the best example, but like here, you can see select them in the green. This is blue. Keyframes are blue when selected, white when not selected. Image editing, and then we also have a UV and image editor. So if I'm gonna unwrap something, it'll just be a very quick. And I also have the shader to do that. And video editing, these two are matched up all the way through. This one's for getting the audio. This is your preview, and this is how you change frame amount easily. Output, I have the compositor, it's not enabled, so you have to enable that. And you have everything here. And I don't do too much motion tracking, so I'm not sure this is the quote-unquote best setup for me yet, but I think it's a good start. Now what you want to do is you want to go down to the description and download those files from the Google Drive folder I linked there. I will show you how to set them up next. Alrighty, let's say you have all your files and you just download all of them. So you have the XML, the font file, the key mapping, and the default file. What you're going to want to do to set all this up is to go into the default file. Now this will open it up in your workspace, but it will have all the proper windows and everything, the layout. So what you're going to want to do, go to preferences. First you want to go to interface. You're going to scroll down here, go to text rendering, and you're going to choose that the Comic Sans as. I think that's just slightly better and I really like it. Next you're going to go to themes. You can install your scene theme.xml file. Then you have the themes. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to key map, and you're going to want to go to import and key mapping copy.py and import that. Now that's all your files. You'll just want to change your undo steps and choose all your file paths, your fonts, your asset libraries. You might want to add some more add-ons or change them, add the Bool tool, the Node Wrangler, all that stuff, and then you should be all done. And that is how you have how I work and my settings. And have a great day, and thank you for watching.